Together, we could do a little dance, make a little love, get down on that. Ooh, get down on that. What's going on? You know who it is. It's Chris, the Dating Doc, and I'm going to talk about one of the 3 top dating apps, which is Hinge. Hinge prides itself on being an app that's designed to be deleted. Now, we know that some people are just wanting to delete apps because they're just tired of them regardless. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through some mindset tips and tricks to make your experience a lot more enjoyable and a lot more effective. Let's go. Now, dating swiping apps are becoming increasingly popular. It's one of those things where when you think of dating, you think of apps. And when you think of swipe culture, you normally associate that with apps such as Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Hinge is an app that is part of the top 3 apps out there. And when I'm talking about the top 3 apps, I am of course talking about Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble. Now, the big difference between these apps is that with Tinder, you get more of a user base. It is the originator of swiping apps. It became super popular in 2012, which was around the same time as Instagram's popularity. And then you have Hinge, which we're going to talk about, which was acquired by Match Group Limited that owns both Tinder and Hinge. Bumble is the sole wolf out there, the alpha wolf that is owned actually by Michelle Wolf herself from Austin, Texas. And it prides itself on letting women make the first choice and make the first connection when it comes to dating apps. So whether you're using Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble, keep in mind, you should not treat it like a hobby. The thing about Hinge is that Hinge is a dating app that's designed to be deleted. It does focus more on a relationship, connection, or quality type of clientele. Now, you have got to have somewhat of an interesting life to be on Hinge. You can't be one of these singles that just says, hey, hit me up. Do you want to hook up? Here's my Snapchat. You have to have a little bit more personality to it. If not, you're just not going to be successful. And I would advise you stick to other websites such as POF or Tinder. But if you are looking for quality connection, you're looking for sarcasm, you're looking for wit, go to Hinge. So here right now, what you're looking at is an example of how Hinge's screen looks like. You're able to put prompts on there. For example, it may be one of these things like, here's a B-roll of what my life would look like. Or, I believe in, pineapple on pizza, et cetera, et cetera. You get more of a unique look when it comes to Hinge. If you go on Tinder or Bumble, most of them are designed to just upload photos and quickly fill up a bio, and then that's it. Now, Bumble has made some updates where you can add logos and you could add a couple of prompts that they've actually copied from Hinge. With Hinge, though, you're telling a little bit more of a biography, a little quick synopsis on who you are, and it lets your personality shine. That's one thing I do like about Hinge compared to the other websites. Tinder ranks a lot lower when it comes to this. So again, you have to come with personality if you're going to be on Hinge. What you're looking at right now is an example of the matches that you would get on a Hinge screen. It's very similar to like a Tinder or Bumble, but I want you to start picking up on what I'm talking about here. You have got to make Hinge one of these apps that you go in and you go out. You make dates, you make connections, and then you move out. What you don't want is you become an addict to swiping. The difference is with Hinge is you have an opportunity to really jump out and stand out as a candidate. Why is that? Because, for example, you're able to message someone before you match with them. This right here is a good example of a message you want to send someone. I'll read it real quick here. So, hi, you mentioned if at a party I find you sitting having a drink. What type of drinks do you fancy? I enjoy red wine, but would never turn down a whiskey. Her response, yeah, red wine is the perfect drink for me at parties. I don't like to drink too much when I am out. So his initial response, I would give it an A. Her response, I'd give it a B-. The reason being is that a woman's just gonna receive a lot more responses than men would. So in some ways, he's just kind of going through the motions, but not a bad attempt. Now, this is what you don't wanna do on Hinge. You need to get away from being negative, and you need to get away from negative folks. These are what I call time waster prompts. For example, you should not go out with me if you just shouldn't in general. You could probably do better. This is someone who just strikes me as very pessimistic and is looking for someone to outprove them, or maybe even treat them like a project and they have to go through all kinds of healing. We don't want that. We'll get along with, you hate me as much as I hate myself. Again, why would you want to spend your time and energy on a person like that? Best travel story. There's nothing good about traveling, and I challenge anyone to change my mind. Okay, well, pass on you. So again, stay away from negativity. Quit telling us about how you're tired of cheaters, losers, and people that play games. All right, so I'm gonna start here on the right. You should leave a comment if you like cheese and would like to discuss it further. That's pretty nice because it gets the imagination going. You want to think about, oh, what is my favorite type of cheese? And then you get lost in conversation and you're able to segue into other types of topics. That's the point of the app. Then I'm gonna go to Valenta's profile. You should message me if you're looking for something serious. I've done the short-term dating thing and no knock on it, but it's not for me. I'm looking for a genuine connection with someone that thinks it's okay to occasionally eat dinner after midnight. Open to dinner suggestions. Right, so look what you've done there. You have pointed out that you're someone who is looking for something serious. A woman's gonna feel a lot more safe, a lot classier, a lot more secure that this is not the simple kind of guy that just says, hit me up and I wanna hook up. So again, pretty nice profile there. Again, that's the mindset you need to adopt. You need to be able to pull conversation from people and also make sure that you seem safe and interesting and a little bit flirty. Now, this next one is a winner. Boom, let's look at this. I know I found someone when I meet someone who makes really obscure Simpsons references. Together, we could do a little dance, make a little love, get down on that. Ooh, get down on that. But seriously, that is great right there, okay? That leaves an impact, it leaves a feeling. I know that this woman has some personality to her. I know that she's not the doom and gloom example you saw earlier. This is a person that more than likely gets a lot of attention on the apps. So I have got to come with some wit and some creativity. Love this. This is the winner right here. All right, let's see what we got next. Drum roll, boom. All right. If loving this is wrong, I don't want it to be right. Craft beers and buffalo wings or any Italian cuisines. Want someone who is honest, well-educated, knows what she wants in life, and doesn't think the pandemic is a hoax. Excuse me. Biggest risks I've taken, moving to a completely new country for my grad school. One of the best decisions I've ever made. Love this country and its people. What I see here is someone who did slightly bring up politics, but not in an obsessed way, right? You didn't see, I want someone who bam, bam, boom, politics, and biggest risk I've taken is vote for such and such candidate. Basically is looking to protect her boundaries, looking for someone who, hey, look, believes it's true. I'm not gonna read it because, YouTube algorithms. And then the fact that she just named craft beers and buffalo wings. Boom, it gives an idea for the guy. He already knows, you know what? I'm taking her to a wings place, especially if she's never heard of it. So again, you have to come witty, you have to come original. What do we got next right now? And boom! Dating me is like finding an extra chicken nugget in your Mackies. So again, you've got to keep things fun and witty. That is the difference between Hinge. Okay, if you're the type of person who's just a hornball and is not creative or relaxed personality, stick to Tinder and Bumble. If you're the type that is really looking at using your creativity, really looking at a connection where you're gonna laugh together, you're gonna create memories, regardless if it's short-term or long-term, I highly suggest Hinge. Okay, so use these mindset techniques, adopt them, and just go out there and conquer Hinge and see who you'll meet. Let's do this. Now, it's completely important that you keep in mind that you are supposed to grow a relationship or a connection with the people on the app itself, not the app itself. Do not treat Hinge like a part-time job or an addiction. It happens too much where you get stuck on the app and you get stuck on matching and connecting instead of truly meeting that person. So use it as a tool. Now, for those that are against online dating websites or dating apps, but you've made it to the end of the video, understand that dating apps are a tool in your journey of finding what you want out of dating. Whether it is meeting someone at a park, whether it's going to an event, a wine bar, or using a dating app, do not let this define as the only way you can find someone. Also, check out my website by clicking below, and you can do what's called an online dating makeover. I'll look at your profile from Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, Match, etc., and I will optimize it to where it looks great and it's sure to get a lot more attention than what you have going on now. So if you go to this website right now, mention this video and I'll throw 20% off the online dating makeover. So that's all I got. It's Chris the Dating Doc signing out.